All right, so this will be my second review for tools to integrate into the classroom. Um, One thing as a teacher is it's hard for us to come up with funding or persuade people to give us funding. And it's also often difficult to find the time, especially when high school rolls around. And you kind of don't think of it when high school comes around because they got so many things going on and it's more of an elementary type field, but field trips. That was one thing I always looked forward to in elementary school was going on our field trip and something that made sense. And I it's one thing I've kind of tried to bring back as a science teacher is I've tried to figure out some way to incorporate a portion of my curriculum into a field trip for them to go on, which I think has really got my students excited and part of the reason why I'm having such luck with them focusing so well is because they want to be able to go on that field trip. And the issues, though, is a lot of cool things are extremely far away or cost a lot of money, and a lot of smaller rural schools like ours are running out of funding. And while the community and that try to help out the best they can, it's just not always feasible to support a lot of these things. So something I found very interesting was this website, and there's several other websites that have virtual field trips that you can go on and do. And so maybe not necessarily just a specific tool or platform, but a way to integrate technology that I thought it was very cool and interesting and might be fun. Um, or these virtual field trips. And so it takes you to some other people's websites and you can get in and immersive. And you can do a whole lesson on it, and then you can dive in and you can see. Let's go to Lake Superior. Right, so you can go in and you can pick. So Wisconsin shipwrecks, built in 1839, sunk in 1870, no lives lost. Interesting. So it tells you the type of vessel, and it lets you dive in and talk about it. You can see it. Some field trips are a little bit more in depth than others. So that one has a lot of pictures. I know there's some field trips that are very virtual, almost like 3D virtuals. So 360 cities. That's a good one. The ones like this, where you're actually able to go in, and it may be still life, but it's still, you can actually feel like you're there and be in one of those 360 photos and panorama. Now it may not necessarily be as cool as actually being there, but it lets you go far away with in seconds. So you don't have a whole lot of time. It costs nothing. I haven't really found any of these that actually charge anything to come in and explore. And then some of them have extra add-ons for teachers and immersive lessons. Some have immersive lessons that they speak with. Um, some of these are through homeschooling networks and that, which is great. So, see, here's one you can go with. And they actually have ways it relates in your textbook, activities and games, and it's a whole immersive deal entirely. And there's thousands. So there's Ellis Island, all these cool field trips that normally you wouldn't be able to go see or anything because of time and money. So I really think these virtual field trips are a step in the right direction for us giving us available resources.